I've been testing a lot of different types of putters lately, and Evnroll have sent me their new Origin ER2 and ER10 putters to try out. Now, in terms of first impressions, these have got a seriously premium feel to them. They look great, the milling on them is absolutely fantastic, and I couldn't wait to get them out on the course. Now, they retail at around $399 US, so they are creeping into that premium Scotty Cameron territory. So are they just beautiful putters, or do they do enough to justify that price tag? And can a 16 handicap golfer like me actually notice the difference that the Evnroll face technology is making to my game? Let's find out. Now, Evnroll have a strong and growing reputation for making high quality putters. Now, they've won quite a few of awards, especially this ER2 model right here. And 2026 marks the 10-year anniversary of the company being created. Now, with Evnroll, when you're ordering your putters, you do get a lot of options in terms of customization with lofts, lies, shafts, all those kind of things. So when you're spending premium money, well, that's kind of the minimum you expect, and you get it on the Evnroll website. Now, there's plenty of places here in the UK that I've seen selling these and fitting them as well. So you can definitely get suited for what you want. Now, an important thing to note with these is that neither of these putters are zero torque. They're your traditional standard putters. I think they've got a little bit of a toe hang. Now, the Origin range that I've got here is their kind of most standard, I would suppose, and kind of what they started with. But the real key stuff when it comes to Evnroll is this face. So in this one right here, it has got the Sweet Face 2.0 technology, and that means it's got a specific type of milling to it, which Evnroll claim is going to give you a more consistent speed off the face and a better roll. Now, I've been using both these putters for a few rounds, and I've got some thoughts on that. So let's start with the ER2, then we'll catch up with the ER10 in a bit. So the ER2 is a mid-sized blade putter, and the first thing I noticed was the quality of the thing. It's precision milled from a single piece of 303 steel, and this milling is superb. It really does look and feel premium. Now, because this is a mid-style blade, it's a little bit thicker than some other blades out there in the market, and in terms of the alignment, it's simple. The whole putter looks clean, but you can see here you've got a thick black line across the back, and then you've got two little dots on the front. Now, as far as I can tell on the website, you can't customize the alignment. It is what it is. For me personally, I really like the thick black line. I prefer something a little bit more prominent than the two little dots here at the front. They are extremely subtle. Now, you're getting a single bend KBS shaft in this. Again, nice premium shaft. And the grip is nice too. It's not too thick, it's a little bit thick. It's got the flat side here on the front. If I had one bit of feedback on the grip, I kind of wish it was a little bit more tacky, but it's only a tiny little request. Otherwise, it feels really good. And weighting wise, it feels really well balanced to me. I really like the feeling of this putter in my hand. Now, normally I go for a mallet style putter because I like that extra forgiveness. I like the idea of the higher MOI on these heads. But I really like the feel of this one. I really like the look of this one. It has definitely got my head turned. So when you hit this putter out of the middle, I've got to say, it feels really great. Gives a nice satisfying thud. I would say it's ever so slightly on the firmer side compared to perhaps some other bladed putters that I've tried, but it definitely doesn't feel too firm. It feels good. Stuck that one in. Now, like any bladed putter really, when you don't catch it out of the middle, well, then it does start to feel a little bit firmer. And you can certainly hear when you've not caught it out of the middle. Let me hit this one out of the toe. Okay, I've still managed to sink it, and to be honest, that probably wasn't the same putting stroke that I put on the last two. But I would definitely say that, I can feel when I've not caught it out in the middle with this one. And that's where, as a 16 handicap golfer, you're probably going to want a little bit more forgiveness. So that will bring us on to the ER10. So the main body of the ER10 is made from a single piece of aluminium section, and then what they've done is bolted an additional milled 303 steel here onto it as well to help give this the additional MOI that you're going to desire from a mallet style putter. Now MOI means that the putter is going to offer you more resistance to twisting on off-centered hits, and as a 16 handicap golfer I need all the help I can get, which is why the ER10 is probably what I would more naturally go towards in terms of a putter. Now for some, this style might be a little bit too big. It's certainly got a significant footprint to it. In terms of alignment, personally I prefer this one compared to the ER2 because you have got these two big alignments running along pretty much the full length of the putter there. It's really clear, and the fact that they contrast, those two black lines contrast against the lighter colour aluminium there, means it's really clear and you can see what you're doing in terms of alignment. You've also got a real bright white dot there, so it's far less subtle than the two dots that you're getting on the ER2. Now you're getting the same Sweet Face 2.0 technology on this, so that means that they are specifically tailoring and being really precise with these grooves on the front. It's got this parabolic wave pattern. Yes, I swallowed a dictionary this morning. Now again, that's to help in terms of giving you a more even roll off the face. Even roll. The name's in the company. In terms of the shaft, I've got it with a graphite KBS shaft instead, and the handle, the grip I should say, is exactly the same, just this one's black rather than red. Now something that both these putters do in terms of design as well is that they give you a curved bottom edge, and again that's meant to help you kind of rest the putter the right way on the ground. Have I found that having a particularly huge impact on my putting? No, not really. Maybe it's helping and it's something that I've just not noticed, but it's certainly not been a prominent feature. One specific point with this putter that I have noticed in terms of it being a prominent feature is where you've got this black coating on this putter. Well, that does then leave you open to noticing dings and chips and those kind of things a little bit more. You can see here I've taken a slight little nick out the top of the putter there now. I'm gonna have to fill that in with a little black marker or something, I think, because that might get a little bit distracting for me. Now, I have no idea how I've done that. The head covers are really nice quality. They feel nice and thick, nice and plush, really easy to use, but it's something that I have noticed that I've taken a tiny little nick at the back of this one as well. So if you're really particular about keeping your putters pristine and those kind of things, well, that's something that you're gonna need to be aware of with the ER10. Now, in terms of the actual feel off the face with this putter, again, I would say it feels pretty similar to the other one. Maybe with the ER10, it feels ever so slightly softer off the face. Now, it would help if I could actually hit an uphill putt. Now, what I have noticed in using the ER10 out on the course is that on off-centre strikes, it feels more consistent. It feels more like how you hit it out the middle, even on those off-centered ones. That's a better putt. We're getting there. And sound-wise, I say it's got a nice muted thud to it. Again, when you're a 16 handicap golfer though, you've got to sort out your aiming, you've got to sort out your technique. Now, something that I have noticed with the ER10 is that when I rest it on the floor, it does seem to feel like it naturally wants to sit just ever so slightly open. Now, that's not a problem once you hover the club and you're gripping it correctly, because then, you know, it's going to do its thing. But it does kind of get a tiny little bit in my head. Personally, I like a club to, or I like to feel that a club is sitting as square as it possibly can. See, I can still make the putts every now and again. God, did you hear my knee crack? I am getting old. But yeah, it's definitely something that I noticed on the ER10 that I really didn't notice that much on the ER2. I tell you what, we've got to see if we can make 3 in a row now. These little 5-6 footers are absolutely key when you're out on the course. When it comes to putters, whether you go zero torque, whether you go regular style putter, it all comes down to confidence and how the putter is going to make you feel. And both of these putters, I've got to say, once I've got used to them, the feel, the weight, the quality, they are confidence inspiring. In terms of, you know, the precision that is going into these clubs, gives me the confidence that the bad putts that I hit, they're due to the muppet on the end of it. It's nothing to do with the putter whatsoever. And when you feel confident with a putter, well, that can make a world of difference to your game. Now, what I'm not gonna do in this video is a side-by-side putting challenge to see which one is better. Because ultimately, as a mid to high handicap golfer, I'm not expecting to make all of these kind of putts. And I know that my putting stroke needs work, it needs practice. But there's a reason why I'm a 16 handicap golfer, and that's because I can't put the practice in. I just don't have the time. I've got a young family, I've got a full-time job, I'm trying to grow a YouTube channel. Now clearly in this demonstration, I'm not helping myself by making all of these blooming putts. I think you probably should know from the outset whether or not you prefer a mallet or a blade style. And now ultimately, a mallet is going to give you more forgiveness, but it's not going to help you with pace control. Neither of these clubs are going to help you with pace control. That just comes down to the amount of time that you can put in and dedicate to practicing with either of these putters. The more you can practice, the better your technique, the better you can manage distance control, the more putts you're going to make. I really don't think that I can stand here and say this putter is going to help you make more putts when there's so much more that factors into it. I will put my money where my mouth is, and I'll now hit the same 3 putts from the same distance with the ER2, which is the blade style, whereas those ones were with the ER10 mallet style. Ooh, lipped it out. But you can probably see from that one, my pace control was nowhere near as good. And if that didn't hit the hole, that was flying past and heading back down the hill. It's got nothing to do with the putters. It's got everything to do with the skill on the golfer on the end of it. Pulled that one left. And I'm genuinely trying to make these putts. I really am. I'm not trying to miss these on purpose. Go on, give me one, give me one. Just wiped its feet on the way in. That's not scientific at all. That's really unscientific. But it kind of backs up my theory in the back of my mind that the more I'm using these putters, the more I'll benefit from the forgiveness of the mallet head. But that's just me. Let me know, which type do you prefer? And do you think that you actually get a benefit? So a big question is, can I feel the Sweet Face 2.0 technology in either of these putters? The simple answer to that question is no. As a 16 handicap golfer, I can't feel what either of these putters are offering me in terms of this face. Now, do I like the feel of both of these putters? Yeah, absolutely. And I'm pretty sure that that precision milling and that unique parabolic wave pattern on this Sweet Face 2.0 is giving me a benefit off the face. But then there are lots of other putters which also feel really good off the face. Not just these. Oh, just missed that one. So I think it really kind of comes back to what I said before about these putters. If you believe that these putters are giving you extra benefit, and then in the background they actually are as well, then that's going to give you more confidence. And more confidence means you're going to hopefully make more putts. And making more putts is the easiest way to lower your score. So, how do I feel about these Evnroll Origin putters? I've got to admit, I've been really impressed with them. I really like the feel and quality of both. Now, of course, these are very different styles of putter, so they're going to be for different styles of golfer. But when you're paying a premium price tag, you don't want to worry that you're being ripped off. And you're really not with these. I really feel that these are got some lovely quality to them. The milling is fantastic. They look gorgeous. They feel gorgeous. And I think if you put enough practice in with them, I think you're going to be really happy with either one of these putters. I know I would be. My heart is telling me that I would game the ER2 because I think I actually really have fallen in love with the look and the feel of this putter. But after a few rounds and probably a few missed putts, I think ultimately my head would tell me to go for the more forgiveness in the ER10. I'd love to know down in the comments, what do you think of these putters? Have you tried or do you game an Evnroll? If you have found this video helpful, please tap the like and subscribe buttons. And if you're not sure whether to go between one of these or maybe a zero torque putter instead, then I'll include a couple of videos right here where I've tested some of the latest zero torques in the market. Hopefully they'll help make a decision for you. I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll catch you in the next one.